In a bold move, Jamaica has officially petitioned King Charles III, head of state for many former colonies, to seek legal advice from the Privy Council. The question? Was the forced transport of Africans to Jamaica lawful? Did it constitute a crime against humanity? And if so, does Britain now owe a legal remedy? This petition, pushed forward by Jamaican MP Mike Henry, endorsed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and affirmed by the Cabinet, isn't just symbolic. It's a legal challenge that could define how the world views Britain's role in the transatlantic slave trade. Prime Minister Holness calls it a watershed moment for reparatory justice. But while the headlines sound promising, there's a deeper question brewing. Here's where it gets complicated. These leaders are asking for reparations for the nation, but not necessarily for the people directly descended from the enslaved. In fact, some of these same governments and elites often argue that their country isn't a black nation, but a multicultural one. So if that's the case, why are reparations being funneled through the state, instead of the people who actually inherited the trauma and economic disadvantage? Who holds the receipts of pain, the government, or the descendants living in poverty, carrying the legacy of unpaid labor and stolen futures? At the recent CARICOM summit, 20 member states backed Jamaica's move. Leaders like Ralph Gonsalves of St. Vincent, Gaston Brown of Antigua, and Natalia Wheatley of the British Virgin Islands have voiced strong support. "We are not giving up the reparations fight," Gonsalves declared. But what kind of fight is this? Is it a grassroots movement rooted in justice and healing, or a geopolitical maneuver led by elites seeking development grants labeled as reparations? If these reparations are paid, will they go directly to descendants of enslaved people, or will they get absorbed into government budgets, used to build airports, pay off international loans, or simply vanish in corruption? Let's be honest, many of these politicians don't even talk about slavery unless there's a summit, a headline, or a potential payout. If reparations come, but the people remain in poverty, what was the point? Black people across the Caribbean and the diaspora need to stay sharp. This moment is not just about reclaiming the past, it's about protecting the future. We must demand transparency, demand community input, demand that reparations go where they belong, not just to governments but to the generations still suffering. Because if we're not careful, we'll watch them use our pain to fund their power. Reparations aren't just about money, they're about repair, restoration, and justice. But if the people aren't centered in that process, then it's not reparations, it's just another extraction. So ask yourself, who are they really fighting for?